music course in Drumshanbo. Let's hear it for them.
Welcome everybody. Nice to see you for our charity concert tonight. You've just heard two polkas, the Tulla Polka and the Top of the Whale. It's great to see so many familiar people here. It's cool. The title of this year's concert is Féile, the 2020 festival, and the subtitle is The Return of the Wild Geese. Geese have always been a symbol in Ireland for people who were forced to leave Ireland in the 16th, 17th and 18th century and who wanted to come back to Ireland. And we also have some wild geese here in the course, and the course itself is kind of a wild goose, because every year we return to the Mayflower Hall to play some music for you, and that's what we should do now. We should appreciate your visit, and I shouldn't talk much more. We will play some more tunes, and I was talking about geese, now I'm talking about the pigeon, about Noel Pigeon. Because Noel composed the next song, and the song is called Stranger. Enjoy.
I was going to say something nice about Marcel, but I won't. Marcel is from Switzerland, and he joined the chorus last year. And the Swiss are known for being efficient and being on time. And all. Last year, Marcel was first in every morning. But I don't think he'll get back to Switzerland, because this year he hasn't come in early at all. And some days he doesn't even come in. And he doesn't have any excuses. not like all the Irish ones. This is a song called The Stranger, and it's just about most of the people that at this stage walked away at one time or another. And I'm sure a lot of youth did walk away, so it's called The Stranger. We're sending our young away again, away from all their families and friends, who was not some foreign power that drove them from these shores. Our own leaders and the greed let them down. But they're not the only ones that have to roam. There are thousands in this land who are not our own, but they're just like you and me. They want to work and to be free, and one day they may call this place their home. See the Christ in the guise of the stranger. Don't get bitter by the actions of the few. We have our own betrayers, those hypocrites and liars, and they left behind the mess for me and you. Filipino lady, you served this country well, looking after the old and the frail. You didn't drink and fight, but you spent some lonely nights dreaming of your family far away. See the Christ in the guise of the stranger. Don't get bitter by the actions of the few. We have our own betrayers, those hypocrites and liars, and they left behind a mess for me and you. Are you ready for the fight? Together we'll work to make things right. This country belongs to our children and the young, green and orange, brown, black and white. This country belongs to our children and the young, green and orange, brown, black and white. Thank you.
tune was Brian Boru's March. If he heard music like that, I don't think he'd have went to Clontarf. Thank you all for coming. I see people who have travelled from Aberboden, Drumcondra, Dundrum, Drumshanbo, and all the other wonderful people who have crossed from Roscommon and Sligo, have crossed the mighty Shannon to be here. I'm going to sing a song for you, and I've heard it from Tommy Macon and the Inclans, and I hope I make half a good effort at it anyway. It's Red as the Rose. Over the hills, my bonny Irish lads, come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll make the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. And red is the rose on yonder garden grows, fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the vine, but my love is fairer than any. 'Twas down by Killarney's green woods we strayed, the moon and the stars they were shining. The moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. And red is the rose on yonder garden grows, and fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the vine, but my love is fairer than any. Not for the parting of my sister Kate, it's not for the grief of my mother, it's all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever.
All together now.
Red is the rose on yonder garden grows, and fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the vine, but my love is fairer than any. And red is the rose on yonder garden grows, and fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the vine, and my love is fairer than any. But my love is fairer than any. Thank you. Hello, and thanks for coming and supporting the traditional music halls, and thanks for supporting the charities tonight as well. And just a quick thank you to Mossy here. He's had to put up with a lot. He must have the patience of a saint. Listening to his everything. So they were two hornpipes, Kildare Fancy and Cronins, and going to play a Carolan tune. And he was a blind harpist in the late 1600s, and he lived in this area, and he's buried in Keeju Cemetery, just Kilrowan Cemetery, just through Keeju. And this one's called Blind Mary.
It's really lovely to see everyone. I don't come from here, but my mum and dad did, and they always told me that Ireland was my home, and so I have returned. It's an appropriate theme, but they settled in Lancashire in a place called Pendle, and Pendle is famous for its hill and its witches. And that's because in 1622, 9 women and 1 young boy was killed for being witches. But but really they were only guilty of poverty and superstition, really. But somewhere along the line, someone decided to write a song about it, and I learnt it as a child. And then when I was blessed to have children of my own, I sang it to them as a lullaby. So this is dedicated to them. And now I'd like to sing it for you, and I hope you like it. Okay. Oh, Pendle, thou standest alone, twixt Burnley and Clitheroe, Whalley and Cone, where Hodder and Ribble fair waters do meet, with barley and down contented thy feet. Oh, Pendle, majestic, sublime, thy blazes shall reign till the end of all time. In beauty and splendour thy banner unfurl. Thou art dearest and grandest old hill in the world. When witches fly on a cold winter's night, we won't say a word and we'll bolt the door tight. We'll sit by the fire and keep ourselves warm, until once again we're content in thy arm. Oh, Pendle, by moorland and fell, in beauty and loveliness ever to dwell, on life's faithful journey where'er we may be. We'll pause in our labours and oft think of thee. Oh, Pendle, thou standest alone, twixt Burnley and Clitheroe, Whalley and Cone, where Hodder and Ribble fair waters do meet, with barley and down contented thy feet.
they're called Flames. The first one was called Thornhill, and the second one was called Maggie Pickens. And the first one was introduced to us by a banjo player that came to do work experience before Christmas, came to the course, and her name was Angelina Crowley, and a very good banjo player. And there's a lot of us here that play mandolins and mandols and banjos. And Mossy has a word for us. Mossy, what's the word you have?
Cluckers.
He calls us cluckers, and he means it. Because he said to Angelina, when she was teaching us the tune, he said to Angelina, he said, will you bring them into the small cold office, and I'll stay here with the musicians. Anyway, we're going to do another tune now that I introduced to the class. It's called Madame Bonaparte. I heard it last year, and it was I heard the song sung to the tune called 3-Day Millionaire. And the 3-Day Millionaire song is about the fishing port of Hull in England. It was one of the biggest fishing ports in the world in the 1950s. And the fishermen, the young men, used to go away for 6 weeks at a time and come back. And they got well paid, so they only had 3 days on leave. So they were called the 3-Day Millionaires. So we're going to play that now. Friday and I started work on Saturday to catch the early tide of me, a galley boy in me man. On the fishing grounds to roam, 1800 miles from home, I couldn't give a poker around my gun. I shall get a decky learning, it's the bonus I'll be earning, and the money comes in handy for the old round town. Brill cream in me hair, a 3-day millionaire, I couldn't give a poker around my gun. I shall get myself a suit made to show I'm in the fishing trade. I'll put me bottle creepers and I'll swear when I can. All me pots of point size, watch me getting paralysed. I'll show the younger buggers who's a man. And when I get the skipper, I'll get married down the nipper, and I'll take the lad to sea and I'll teach him all I can. I'll be a different kind of fella, have a house in Kirkgalla, and I'll show the bleeding neighbours who's a man. I'll be a different kind of fella, I'll build a big house in Kilnamana, and I'll show the bleeding neighbours who's a man.
everybody. It's good to see you all. It's coming to that time of night when we come towards our break, but we've one more item to do before we go into our commercial break. And because we will be selling tickets for the raffle, we have amazing prizes down the back. Some of you have managed to get tickets on the way in, but you have another opportunity to get tickets during the break. And of course, you'll probably see some of the lovely food that's served up here as well for during the break. Our next item now, we're going to do a set dance. It's a clear dance, it's the mazurka. So we're going to do the second figure and the third figure. Now, you probably noticed on stage, I think we probably have, there's more men than women. But we have 4 ladies to dance with the set tonight. Muriel has come back from Dublin to be with us. So, a lot of the practice were quite funny because we had men who had to step in and do the place of the ladies. So, we're going to give it a go now, Andrew. So thanks a million. some lovely readings for us. I meant to mention as well, thank Eileen Guckin, the lovely Eileen Guckin. I saw her coming in there earlier. She came over in January to teach us those two figures. So a big bull bus for Eileen. Thanks a million,
and there's a complimentary cup of tea or coffee and there's loads of food for everybody at the break, so help yourselves.
Sorry about that. Yeah, exactly. So welcome back, and I suppose I'm just going to start off by saying that I'm going to be playing a piece of music that's an original piece, so you won't have heard it before, I hope. I didn't know it. So it came about, I was busking during the summer, and these people came up to me and asked me to play something that they could dance to. And so the tune that I'm going to play tonight is what kind of connection to that. And I suppose it kind of, I didn't finish it then, but last year, sadly, two of the I suppose, masters of traditional Irish guitar, Gavin Ralston and Artie McGlynn, passed on. So it kind of inspired me to finish the piece, and that's the piece of music I'm going to be playing tonight. So tonight I'd like to dedicate it to Gavin and Artie McGlynn. It's called Hold On, I'm Not Finished. So I suppose what they've done for Irish music is kind of comparable to what Michael Coleman and James Morrison done for Irish Fiddle. I was going to say even more significant, but I definitely wouldn't pass my exams. Mossy had failed me on everything if I said that. But it was kind of amazing what they've done. It's simply called The Tread Boogie, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, so me and Darren were asked to do a collaboration, and Mossy was very brave to give us free range to do what we want. So he hasn't seen it yet, like you heard, so we hope he's pleasantly surprised. And I'd like to dedicate it to the joy of dance and music, so it's for the joy of it. And I'd also like to dedicate it to Mossy for being so patient and always willing to learn different ways of different kinds of people, because it's my second year and it's been quite a journey. I kind of came from theatre and dance, so I was curious about the music world, but I found it quite hard. It was restrictive for me to sit and be stuck in the chair. So sometimes I'd be hanging upside down in the chair and all sorts in class, but Mossy was always very non-judgmental, so I'd like to thank him for that. I love you, me. So, I'm going to say a little poem first that I wrote. I was thinking about the chorus and the theme of the chorus when I was driving one day, and this is what came out. And I'd also just like to say our piece is Everyone is Included, so we kept it on the chairs, a bit of it on the chairs, so that you can all join in. So you can dance with us without having to get up. So please feel free to join in. Okay, so we are like wild geese. Wild geese returning more and more to a place of music, dance, song and folklore, where smiling eyes connect like the notes of the scale, and people have time for each other and share old tales, where hearts meet as toes tap to the same beat, as the magic of the music swirls in the air, creating a social atmosphere, a sense of community and unity, returning more and more back to ourselves, our center, our core, a place where we feel more alive as we creatively explore, as we allow the music to lift us to the floor, up off our chair to dance and twirl without a care, to a place where cups of tea are in the plenty and the crack and cule is 90. All this you will find here at our concert, Féile 2020. Return of the Wild Geese. Such traditions we hope will never cease. And now to our piece. We hope you enjoy. And please take the chance to dance.
Farrelly from County Leitrim. We'll just take a few moments now to reset the stage.
Ah, there we go. Is it on? Yeah, it is. Am I allowed to talk now? You won't shut me up if I start, so I'll try to keep it brief. Yeah, so the next song we're going to do is a Sean song. And believe it or not, I have very, very little Gaelic, so I'm well out of my comfort zone here. And Mossy likes to get people out of their comfort zone. I'm learning that. So, does anybody know where the Blasca Islands are? I'd say most of us do, yeah. I had the same conversation yesterday with 13-year-olds, and yeah, not a lot of them have heard of the Blasca Islands, you know. So, as we know, Seanos means old time or old times or old ways, and yeah. So you know, I won't go into the Blasca Islands, but these are very ancient people who carried a very very strong medicine about our culture, and a lot of the tales they managed to maintain them, and it's said that before the Irish language was dying, they managed to write everything down. So their stories live on, you know. And so this is basically a rowing song. So I'm going to ask for a bit of audience participation. If you feel like rowing, you can join in with me, nice and slow. We're going on an easy wave here, so yeah, this is called Brug na Carrick Boyne. No is here Kushawendam Ragandam Pananir Kundashwar Gorgalak Hamman Alarandam Ovahas Gabon Broge Shian Slavini No Krahi Makri Mislav Jindil Timbro No Ilagas Fall Nilagom Grabra Oh you Timagam Idir siad agus chatta bang go bhas scagnian sangaídianú. Beg the goal of the casa gagnon cunnivallius kyo min gakaki verbanti big goal and life needs costa tamin
So you've just heard two jigs. The last one was called Gallagher's Frolics, and it was Darren, ponytail Darren, but now he's has his hair loose. He taught us this tune, and the other one was is called Tell Her I Am, and Betta taught us this one, and it's a tune I always wanted to learn, and they often play together, and Betta told us, showed us different people who have performed it, like Matt Cranage and Martin Hayes, and of course Michael Coleman, the Sligo fiddle master. And I always wondered, why is this called Tell Her I Am? What? Tell her I am what? So there's a legend to it. And so when Michael Coleman was in a performance in New York, in the audience there was a lady, and she was taken aback by him, and she asked the stage manager whether she begged him actually. I begged him to find out whether he was married. So during the interval, he was asked, and he had a peep through the curtain and had a quick look, and he said, "Tell her I am." We're going to continue. Continue with two beautiful bouncy barn dances, and talking of strange titles, they're called Isaac's Jig and the Straight Jig.
Straight jig. That's Rosie Nichols from Luxembourg.
has me murdered. Anyways, again, I'd just like to welcome you all here tonight. Thanks very much for showing up in such large numbers for a very worthy cause. They were just chatting earlier on about the wild geese and the whole lot, about all the people coming home. I just came home myself about just over a year and a half ago. Still was undecided what I was going to do. I'd done a few small jobs in between while I was hanging around just deciding. But I got picked for the course, but I got accepted for the course, and it was like winning the lotto, to be quite honest. And they were talking about the geese. This goose is home to stay. The only thing is missing is the gander, but I'm working on it. Anyways, meanwhile, back at the ranch, that's why I'm up here. I'm going to do a tune or a song later on, or in a few minutes when I stop raffling and stop shaking. It was written, supposedly, there's a very kind of a mixed history about it, but it was written supposedly back in the medieval times to taunt the Catholic Church and the uneducated, drunken pagans or peasants of Ireland. And they kind of used the story of Mary Magdalene and Jesus at the well. And he said that she was after committing a whole lot of sins, and she denied it, of course, blank, like we all do. But he said he was Jesus, and he knows everything, and she says, fair enough. So, she begged forgiveness anyways, and he says, right, go off into the woods there for 2 or 3 years and come back to me and I might forgive you. But he did forgive her anyways in the long story, to make a long story short. So they used that story to write this song called The Well Below the Valley. And a lot of old folk singers and travelling bards refused to sing this song because they said it was cursed and it was evil. And the church tried to ban it as well in Ireland, so it kind of went underground and it was passed down from generation to generation, from ear to mouth and mouth to ear. There was no written record of it whatsoever. And the first known recording of it was in late 1960s when Tom Munaloo recorded Jack O'Reilly from Boyle, a Central Traveller, who was singing it, which I was surprised to hear, given the history behind it. And they were tuned, it's a bit like myself, you know, it has no lively ear, but it has a dark side to it, you know, like, it's we all have. So, without further ado, I'll just kind of carry on now when I sing the song. Christy Moore made it famous with Planksty. So I'm not going to sing it like him, obviously, but I just said I'd make a reference to him.
It'd be better, Frank, even better, yeah.
Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. I serve a big old bitter pail to fetch spring water from the well at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. A holy man was passing by, he asked for drink as he was dry at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Me cup is full up to the brim, if I was to stoop I might fall in the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If your true love was passing by, you'd give him a drink if he was dry at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. She swore by grass, she swore by corn, her true love had never been born at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. He said, young maid, just swearing wrong, 6 fine children you've had born at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me the father of them at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Just do them by your uncle Dan at the well below the valley, oh. Do them by your brother John at the well below the valley, oh. Do them by your father dear at the well below the valley, oh. Do them by your father dear at the well below.
you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me what had happened to them at the well below the valley. Oh, green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes. Oh. Just two of them buried beneath the tree at the well below the valley. Oh. Two outside the graveyard wall at the well below the valley. Oh. Two of them where the angels lie. Down at the well below the valley, oh, green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me what'll happen myself at the well below the valley, oh, green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. You be 7 years of ringing a bell at the well below the valley, oh. 7 years of burning in hell at the well below the valley, oh. 7 years of burning in hell at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. I'll be 7 years of ringing the bell, but the Lord above might save my soul. Save my soul from burning in hell at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes.
Come on.
In the autumn, as part of his communications module, and his topic was performance anxiety. Well done, Frankie, knocked it out of the park.
it seems such a good idea. They don't anymore, anyway. The tunes you just heard were two reels, and the second one is called the Sligo Duke and was recorded by several artists, like the Dutch Kelly Band from Sligo, or Planksty under the name of Vika Street Reel. While the first tune was called The Leitrim Rover and was composed by a Leitrim man by the name of Joe Liddy. It was born in the beginning of 1900 in Killargy. And he came from a very musical family. They were musicians and dancers. He played a lot of different instruments, but his favorite was the fiddle. Over his lifetime, he composed over 100 tunes. They are collected in a book called The Leitrim Fiddler. And they are not very popular, so we thought that it would be nice to include one in our concert and make them more well-known to everybody. So the next two tunes we're going to play are two sides, and they're called The Scarpa Glen and Catlin's Hair. Enjoy.
Grazie everybody. Elizabeth Cagazzi all the way from Sardinia. Excuse me, she recently became Mrs. O'Connor. And has now made Drumshanbo her home.
Hello, how you doing? Thanks very much again for coming to our concert. I'd like to take this moment to thank Mossy and Sugar and ETV for all the course in Drumshanbo. It's the only course of its kind in the country. And yes, thanks very much for the experience and for the experience of taking part in this concert for me. For the next two songs, we're going to have a bit of a song and dance next. For the song, and there's some words in the programme if you'd like to sing along. We're going to have a sing with Maggie Pickens and a bit of a dance. Maggie Pickens, the song from, there's a bit of debate about the provenance of it, whether it's from Donegal or from Scotland. History has it in there that it's written from Robert Burns and for other provinces used by the rebels back in 1798 as a marching song. So feel free to sing along. This is Maggie Pickens and saying the last line in each verse. If you could join in with great gusto, we'd appreciate it. Thanks very much for attending, and I hope you enjoy.
Maggie Pickens on the wall, Maggie Pickens very tall, Maggie Pickens had a fall, Maggie Pickens dancing.
Maggie Pickens had a coat, brown and black across the brow, open the gate and let down in. Maggie Pickens in the crowd. Maggie Pickens bought a goat, hairy horse and Harry's road, bought it over Murphy's boat, Maggie singing through it.
Murphy's Bay, Maggie has a bill to pay, Maggie's on the boat go.
Maggie Pickens had a duck, had the very worst of luck, tried to swim but it got stuck and Maggie started laughing.
Maggie Pickens bought a drink, poured it out upon the lake, took she found it in his wit, Maggie standing next to.
Maggie Pickens' big romance started at the harvest dance. Didn't think she'd have a chance. Maggie Pickens bought it.
Maggie Pickens always said she didn't think she'd ever wed. She's in love with little Ted, Maggie's getting wed Ted.
Maggie Pickens on the chorus, tried the concertina first, tried the fiddle, then she hears Mossy's giving lessons.
Pickens here to sing, now give her the tutoring, then she went and had a drink. Maggie Pickens singing.
Maggie Pickens at the lawn, at the concert at the ball, look the younger Pickens on, Maggie Pickens
The Maggie Pickens Dancers. So we have a little bit of business to look after now. We have a couple of draws to do. And the first one I'd like to make is for the €100 door prize. So Stephanie, if you would...
Is that for me, yeah?
Would you mind asking someone to take one out and see what names come out? Hopefully it's somebody in the hall. Is there a Mary Cassidy in the hall? We have a telephone number for her here anyway, so we'll make sure that gets to her. Is she in the hall? No, fair enough, no worries. The next draw I'd like to do is for a scholarship of the Joe Mooney Summer School. It's very fitting that one of the students on the stage get a scholarship this year because the course kind of grew out of the Joe Mooney Summer School. They saw the success of the summer school and a few people decided, why can't we do something all year round in Drumshanbo, some kind of school of traditional Irish music, song and dance. So that's when the principal at the time, Rory McLaughlin and Nancy Woods and a few others got together and established the course in 1997. So I have the names of all the... Stephanie, would you mind doing the honours there? Open the envelope there and take out one name for me, please. And have we got a drum roll, Frank, or anything? Power on roll. And the winner is Sean Mulligan. Would you like to do, Sean? You singing class? Great. So we have a spare bottle of whiskey to... So we're going to raffle it from the names of all the tickets and hopefully that someone in the hall wins it. Pick one out yourself there, give it to me. And the winner is Florence Flynn from Carrick on Shannon. Is she here? Great, I'm delighted. Now we can pick up a bottle of whiskey at the end. So before we finish up, I'd just like to let you all know that this concert forms part of the students' assessments. It's part of their Irish music module. It's part of their music performance module, it's part of their event production module, and it's part of their communications module. So we love hitting as many birds as possible in one stone in this course. And if anybody would like, or if anybody knows of anybody that might be interested in doing the course, it's very easy to apply. You just have to send an email to myself, Mossy Martin at msletb.ie, or ask any of the students here, they'll put you in touch. I'd like to thank all the helpers, all the volunteers this evening, Simon Murphy, Anne O'Donoghue, Mary Ellen McCann, Anya Agar, Jerry Spellman, the caretaker from the school for doing the bar and everything. We coaxed Liam Cunningham out of retirement to do sound. Thank you, Liam. I'd like to thank all our colleagues in the VITAS Centre, or Drumshanbo Further Education Centre. In particular, Sean Bailey, who's done wonderful work as the new VITAS coordinator. For Sean and our colleagues Fiona Hannon and Phyllis Hedgeman and Aidan McKeown. I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out, but I can't think of anybody else at the minute. Just to say thanks to yourselves for coming out on such uncertain times. We weren't sure how many would show up tonight, but we said we'd go ahead with it anyway, and we're glad we did. Can you give a big applause from Austria, Nico Ginter? And Angela Mauron on vocals, Francis Mead. All the way from Dublin on mandola and vocals, Sean Mulrooney. From Lancashire, but a returned goose, Sheila Kennedy. From County Leitrim on mandolin and dance and vocals and spoken word, Carol-Ann Farrelly. From Dublin on mandolin and vocals and guitar and dance, Noel Pigeon. On banjo, we have Karen Richmond. Another dub in the group is Kieran O'Toole on Tabasco. The treasurer of this year's committee is a Swiss man. His name is Marcel Fuchs. It's only resting in your account, Marcel, isn't it? From Kilty Clogher, County Leitrim on accordion and dance, Frank Fox. Originally from Luxembourg and recently moved over to do the chorus, especially moved over from Great Britain, Rosie Nichols. Another dub on the chorus is Sean Mulligan on from near Riverstown, County Sligo. It's Darren Cohen on violin and guitar and dance. And last but not least, Elisabetta Cogazzi from Sardinia. O'Connor, excuse me again. We're going to finish with a song you might all recognise, and we hope you join in. It's called My Irish Molly-O.
And one more time for Mossy Martin, everybody!